The world is a school for the soul. And as you age from child to adult, you learn about how you work. You learn about how your body works, how your mind works, how your soul works. You take in lessons, you overcome difficulties, you gain experience. You take the things that you do, you get better and more skilled at the tasks that you undertake regularly. If you're the type of person that likes to swing a sword, like a character in a video game, you will get better, more proficient at swinging that sword, especially when you use it in more and more difficult situations. The same thing with your magic. The same thing in real life when you go to work. If you're doing a task, if you're doing a job, if you're in a profession, you'll get better at those things as you go on. If you're a student of people, constantly looking at the world and marveling at the strangeness of it all, you will start to see patterns develop. You'll start to notice that people tend to act a certain way. But because they only tend to act a certain way, you get to revel in the mystery that is a person not acting the way people normally act. I married one of those. There was a reason, there were many, many reasons why I married my wife, but one of them was that she wasn't a judgy jerk. Every single one of us has a judgy jerk inside of us. What makes you a jerk is whether or not that judginess is aimed outward or inward. If the judgy jerk is aimed at the people around you, you're kind of insufferable. You know, constantly nitpicking and, well, you could have done this better, and this meal that you made for me would have been much better had you used this spice instead of that spice. It's like, dude, somebody just made you a meal and you're complaining? Now, when my 7-year-old does it, she's 7. I take her aside. I tell her that that's not allowed, that that's not good, that is rude behavior. That if somebody gives you a gift, you accept it graciously. And then she goes, "What's graciously?" Because, you know, she's 7. But when your judgy jerk is aimed inward, you have to temper that too. Because the judgy jerk that is aimed inward makes you self-critical. I'm always looking at myself. Gee, what an idiot am I. And we're all idiots. We all know we're idiots. We live with ourselves. We live in our head with ourselves. And while sometimes I do things that I think are kind of amazing that, you know, I manage to accomplish them, I am... The amount of just day-to-day stupidity that I exhibit takes my breath away sometimes. I have a hard time getting, just simple things like getting to work on time, or getting to sleep at night, or sticking to my diet. Basic stuff. I will sometimes look at it and go, oh, jeez, what is wrong with me? All I had to do was not have that last bit of food at the end. And I couldn't do it. Personal failure. Then you flog yourself. Oh, I'm an idiot, And you try to learn, and you try to overcome, and you try to have discipline. But there is a trait in all of that we're missing. Forgiveness. Grace. Forgiveness. Forgive me my trespasses, as I forgive those who trespass against me. It's necessary. Your judgy jerk, if you listen to it, is kind of an insufferable person. When you are judging the people around you, people just want to reach out and slap you up the side of the head because you are just insufferable. But if you're judging yourself, then you may not be able to achieve anything because you feel so pathetic that you're not willing to put yourself out there. You feel so underwhelming that you are not willing to even bother putting yourself out there because you're like, why would I bother? I'm so this, I'm so that, I'm so unworthy. Flagellate. Been there, done that a lot. Sometimes I get so depressed I can't do anything. And time ticks away. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Hey, look, more time passed. More words went unwritten. More stories went untold. The ability to forgive yourself, the ability to forgive others, these are things we have to remember. They're important. If you are unable to forgive the people around you for their faults, then the moment you slip up, they're going to smash you into the ground because you've been kind of insufferable, and they're aware of it, and they can't wait for you to trip up so they can point out what a jerk you are. When I was in the Army, one of the things I quickly learned was it didn't matter that I liked these guys or didn't like these guys. These guys had my back and I had theirs. We were literally going to war together. People were going to be trying to kill all of us. So you forgave. And you got over it. And you saw people for who they were. Fallible. People. Sex, color, whatever. Don't care. You're there for me, I'm there for you. That's important. That's very important.